we'll just move over to this topic right now. How about this chick right here? Is she with a high value male? By the way, that is Meghan Markle, who is the wife of Harry Markle, and who is not a prince anymore. He renounced his princehood. So media, femme-centric media, please stop calling him Prince Harry. He's not Prince Harry. He's Harry Markle. So I put this up on Instagram not too long ago, and people go, what's that? I don't understand what that is. A reference, please. Who is this? This is Meghan Markle. God damn it. How many times have I done a show about Meghan Markle? She's in the news all over the place. That little symbol there, that little charm is the feminist, what is it? The red salute. You know, the red salute. Where'd it go? Hold on a second. This is the red salute, right? Black Lives Matter, feminist lives matter, whatever matters. It always has a fist, right? Guys, let's think of something else. Really. Tim Pool, by the way, it's not my terms. Tim Pool calls it the red salute. I'm not really sure what if it is or it's not, but what this is basically is it's a female sign, you know, with the little mirror and the cross stuff and the little thing right there. And I said this is a religious symbol because it really is. It's a religious symbol of gynocentrism. You know, yay, go women. It's never been about equality. If you're a feminist, well, who's not, right? But if you identify as a feminist, welcome, ladies. But it was never about equality. So just give up the bullshit about equality. It was never about equality in the first place. It's always been about power. It's always been about replacing men. It's never been about egalitarian socialism. It's never been about equal partnerships. It's only about female empowerment, and always has been and always will be. It was from 1884 in Seneca Falls at the Convention of Feminism, whatever it was. It's been the same movement since then. You just have been able to realize it in the 21st century because we have the internet. That's why that, and we have hormonal birth control that has given you unlimited power. How do we know that? Well, let's read about gynocentrism today. Okay. Here we go. Subject, law. These are the, I'll let you guys read these. You can check those out. These are the differentials between different areas, subsectors of society, or as like who's working where, who's majoring in what. And you can see that differential right there. Even agriculture, right? 63 to 37. Gynocentrism is a dominant or exclusive focus on women in theory or practice, or to the advocacy of this. Anything can be considered gynocentric when it is concerned exclusively with a female or feminist point of view. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of this, but that's a really good. Actually, let me go down to the bottom here. It says there are more males than females in engineering, construction, manufacturing, computing, and computer sciences at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. This is the study of gender at a glance prepared by the Irish University Association states, and it's summing it up. Okay, well, anyways, so people keep asking me about, like, what is gynocentrism? Who would use that term unironically? I don't think I've ever really put a definition of gynocentrism, because a lot of people want to run me up the flagpole for like I have 2 chapters in my first book, and I know I Coach White Pill and Douche Nozzle from Playing with Fire. They decided that those are some things that they want to throw back at me, right? Well, here's what I disagree with you about. Okay, well, you can't disagree with the fact that we live in a gynocentric social order. Simple as that. If you want to say, well, he's always talking about the feminine imperative. Yeah, because it was before we had a term for gynocentrism, but that's really what it's about. What advantages? Well, like right now, I think really last 3 generations, maybe 4 generations. You can go back to the boomer generation too, but it's so endemic in our social consciousness, the fabric of our society right now, that we don't even realize that it's there. So people say, well, I know men are in charge. No, they're not. There's a few men at the very tippy top of that, the apex, right? The apex fallacy at the top of that pyramid. And there's a whole lot of women after that. And then you know who's right below that? A whole lot, way more men are below that. So it's not just women only focus on the guys making big business deals on that stereotype, making big business deals on the golf course. How dare they? We need more women in the Fortune 500. Well, there's a lot of really rich women. They just get their money through divorce and through inheritance. That's That's how they get it. Not because they're better at producing things. They make really great employees. Again, because of fear and they want security. Women hate beta males. So much so that they will spend God knows how long in school and work soul-destroying jobs just to avoid getting with a guy that they don't want to breed with. So if I can produce, well, ladies, it's all pragmatism to me, right? You're doing you're just doing what comes natural. If everybody said, men are worthless, men are buffoons, men are borderline, abusers, men are incompetent, men are trash, right? Whatever, men are pigs, whatever. If you hear that over and over from the time Disney told you that when you're 5 years old and you get to be 25 or 30 years old, are you going to want to get with like just anyone but the highest, the best of the best, the high value man? Of course not, because you don't need a beta male for resources. Remember what we said? To be a real man, at least in the old days, prior to the sexual revolution, you had to be a guy who could produce more resources than you use. Well, now the impression since 1970-ish, when women need a man like a fish needs a bicycle, you still hear that today. Isn't it amazing that you still hear that? Same language. But if you've been taught that since the 1970s, if you've been taught that for pretty much all of your life, you're probably going to go, you know what? I can't rely on any guy. And if your dad's a son of a bitch, right, around Father's Day or whatever, my dad left me. I got daddy issues. I went and had to be a stripper through college, whatever it is, whatever your rationale is about, your daddy issues are. You're probably going to think, I need to, take care of myself. I need to provide for my own provisioning, protection, and for my own parental investment. Well, I'm going to freeze my eggs until I find Mr. Right. Well, guess what? You're not going to find Mr. Right, particularly if you're post 30 at this point. Most women have their first kid right around 29 to 30 right now, I believe. Maybe it's 28. I'm not sure. That's insanely late in life. Because in our evolutionary past, a woman who wasn't pregnant by the time she was like 16 or 18 was a rarity. Now, that's almost twice as long. So, and women are dumbfounded when they realize that their eggs are inviable, or don't give me the stupid empty egg carton thing, really, please. No, but women are far less likely or far less able to carry a pregnancy, actually to conceive and then to carry a pregnancy to term, every progressive year after the time they get to be about 31, probably even before that. No one tells them that because we don't want them to believe they can't be anything they don't want to be in a gynocentric social order. So yeah, Mr. White Pill, Mr. Whatever. Yeah. We're focusing on the female imperative because that's where we are. This entire show shows you where we are. I can give you example after example. I gave this example. Remember when Afghanistan fell? Was it Kabul? When Afghanistan, we finally got out of Afghanistan, what was the first thing you heard from female-led countries like New Zealand, for example, or hell, even in the United States? Mr. China, Mr. Xi Jinping, Mr. Putin, please, they don't go to Biden, right? Please, let's ensure that the women in Afghanistan are going to be taken care of and they're not going to be killed and they're not going to be put in burqas and they can still go to school. That was their primary concern. That is gynocentrism right there. Feminine imperative right there. The feminine reality right there. That the sisterhood of Borealis right there. What else? What do you got? Come on, give it to me. Come back and hit me with something, please. Because that's the most recent example I can give you. I can give you dozens and dozens of others, but that was an easy one. That was a gimme. The first thing. What about our girls? Remember when Boko Haram picked up I forget how many girls they got, like 100 and some odd girls. It was in Africa. Boko Haram was like this terrorist organization, Islamic terrorist organization, I guess. And they kidnapped so many girls. Did they ever get them back? I don't know. But I remember this was back in like I want to say it was 2014. And Michelle Obama jumped on board with a hashtag in this organization. We're going to start an organization. Give us back our girls. That was the whole thing. I think that was the title of it too. Now, Boko Haram has been using young boys at like 9 years old to 12 years old to be triggermen, to go and shoot people, kidnapping them from villages and putting them into their sort of like kids' army. But there was never any give us back our boys initiative. There was never any hashtag about like Boko Haram, give us back our boys. That was never, that never even made the headlines. Not that I saw. Maybe there was, but I didn't see it. It certainly wasn't as big and broad a stroke as give us back our girls. The NFL, just starting next month, is going to start wearing pink. Watch for it if you like football, American football. Look for that. All the pink shoes, pink headbands, pink gloves for when you catch the football. Everything's pink, 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 pink. Because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October. We have a whole month for that. We don't have a prostate cancer awareness month. Guys, like, was it No Fap November? Movember, we're supposed to like, the guys are trying to do something. It's never been officially recognized. You're not going to see, the Raiders put on like blue for, Movember or whatever it is. That's not going to happen. They'll put on pink during October, but they won't do it for November. And more men die from prostate cancer than women die from breast cancer. There's your gynocentrism. Should we not? There's that crazy Rolo talking out of his ass. Where's his doctorate?